Grandma usually takes us down once a year and buys us tickets and whatnot because we sit in a place called the Champions Club,
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
which is you basically instead of getting just hot dogs and popcorn, they have food up until the seventh inning, which is included in your tickets.
Nice.
It's like a buffet type of thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they pretty good there.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
if you want to pay
All right.
$125 a ticket.
I gather.
Right.
Oh,
Expensive.
yeah.
Josh, you'll be happy to know that my Buckeyes decorations are down for now. I'm moving offices. So Josh and I did a Zoom call a couple weeks ago, and he was harassing me about my Buckeyes.
There you go.
So they're not gone because of you. They're gone because I'm moving offices.
I
Hey,
love it.
I just want all you Buckeye fans to know I never had anything against them, but after they beat Alabama in the Sugar Bowl,
Are you serious?
yeah, you know,
Oh,
that's
God.
all I heard about Ohio State, Alabama State.
Ohio
I
State
Why do you
is
like Alabama?
cool.
I
See,
bet.
Josh, Ohio State is cool. You're just
Yes.
not cool.
Not bad. It's not bad.
And you're not even from Alabama, are you, Josh?
I am
Alabama.
not from Alabama, no.
How'd you jump on that bandwagon?
Well, I was on that wagon before it actually became really good. They were
You gotta
good
be kidding.
way back in the Paul Bear Bryant days, but then they really stunk. But that's when I started liking them. So Saban, you know, I feel bad sometimes saying I'm an Alabama fan because
I have
I'll tell
a,
you what, Ohio State lost 12 players to COVID. That's why they could beat Alabama this year.
Yeah, there you go.
12 players, okay? So give it a break.
see, I get slack for being a Cleveland Browns fan, but I have a shirt that says I like Cleveland before it was cool.
right.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I love it. All right, guys. Well, do you want to get started?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pull up, Sherry, I will let you go ahead and get started. I will pull up our meeting minutes. Okay. All right, Sherry, I'll let you get started.
Okay, I got my gavel.
Awesome.
Okay, call to order. County and membership roll call. Okay, Adams. Is anyone from Adams?
I don't think I saw anybody get on from Adams.
Sorry,
Nope. No one from Adams.
no one from Adams.
No.
Okay, Athens.
Nope.
Okay, Brown.
Yep. Amanda's here.
Brown is here. Yeah, I couldn't get my microphone unmuted.
Hey, Courtney, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Clinton.
Present.
I think I'm considered Clinton. Am I Clinton or Highland?
Christy, you technically live in Highland, but you pretty much everything you do has always been Clinton. So
So
Okay.
Clinton.
So Clinton. Good.
Okay, Fayette.
No Fayette.
Gaia. Highland.
Highland. We have Nate's here today.
Jackson.
Nope.
Lawrence.
I didn't see Aaron get on today.
Meigs.
Nope.
Pick away.
I'm here.
Yep. We have Courtney and Travis.
Pike.
Nope.
Ross.
Yep, we have Allison.
Sarah. Me, Bill. I don't know if Teresa's on.
I think she said she had something, had to be in court this morning with a situation and probably isn't done with that.
Okay. Ag Vinton.
Nobody for Benton.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, now the minutes from last month. Okay.
Do we have someone who would like to volunteer to read those?
I'll zoom through them real quick.
Okay.
Meeting minutes for April 20th, 2021. Meeting was held virtually on Zoom. I don't need to do county's president and all that jazz, do I?
No.
Okay. Agenda items. Number 1, Sherry, acting president, called meeting to order and conducted county member roll call. 12 attendees. Courtney Davis, co-facilitator, introduced guest speakers and reminded members of webpage for meeting information. Travis Dressback, Pickaway County, mentioned that the YouTube channel link in the meeting email had the wrong hyperlink. Travis Dressback, co-facilitator, read the March meeting minutes. Sherry Adams, Scioto County, asked for a motion to approve the meeting minutes. Motioned by Bill Adams, Scioto County, to approve, and Travis Dressback, Pickaway County, seconded the motion. Motion passed. Sherry Adams, acting president, announced no changes to the Treasurer's Report. Open issues, working together for change topic was discussed and announced that this would be a new ongoing open issue for each meeting. Bill Adams, Scioto County, had an article written in the Portsmouth Daily Times titled City's Old Infrastructure, a Challenge for the DD Community. The article was read and link was shared with members. Courtney, can you move the cursor on your end? Oh, there we go.
Here we go. Sorry about that.
Josh Clater, transportation coordinator at First Capital Enterprises, Chillicothe, talked about the Ross County ramp project that he had spearheaded to get portable ramps in downtown Chillicothe to allow historic buildings to be accessible. Josh was a great motivation to go speak to our individual Chamber of Commerce offices to discuss portable ramps. New business. Guest speaker Molly Warnock, transition coordinator, Highland County, spoke to us about her transition program and what they learned about advocacy. Through her presentation, our members learned about ways they could help transportation in our region. We found that there is a need in helping high school students be involved in their IEP meetings. Guest speakers Barb Safaris and Marcy Strauder, charting the life course instructors, gave us a sneak peek of the program and what the training entails. Marcy took us through her portfolio that she developed through the program. Here is a link to that program framework. Upcoming events. People First of Ohio, every first Friday of the month at 10 a.m. Virtual OACB Spring Conference. And lastly, Sherry Adams, acting president, asked for a motion to adjourn the meeting. Bill Adams, Scioto County, motioned to adjourn, and Travis Dressback, Pickaway County, seconded. Motion passed. The meeting ended at 1 p.m. And then at the bottom, there's a link for you to look at the speaker presentations.
Awesome. Thank you. Sherry, sorry guys, I muted you just while Travis was reading those meeting minutes. You have to unmute yourself. Yep, there you go. Sherry, you want to ask for a motion to approve the treasurer's
Yes.
minutes? The meeting minutes?
I would ask for a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Sorry, what was that?
I second your motion.
Travis.
Motion didn't be
Motion,
seconded.
Okay, good.
Okay. Now, the Treasury Report, there's no change. So, the open issues, working together for a change, open discussions on individual policy level issues. Okay, Bill just left me for a few minutes.
Okay.
So, and Teresa's not on. So, I guess it's up to me.
Yeah, and
We
Sherry,
have been,
Teresa did call me yesterday to kind of give me an update as well. So I'll let you give the update, and then I'll add anything if I have
Oh,
anything else.
you can go first.
Okay. Teresa and Bill and Sherry have contacted their Chamber of Commerce and a couple different entities around the county, and they are all very excited about this project, and they're all willing to help try to find money and resources to make these portable ramps happen in downtown Scioto County. Is that correct, Sherry?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think it's the Appalachian. There is a I knew if I didn't write it down, I'd forget. Appalachian, some kind of entity. Do you remember what it's called?
Appalachian Community,
I
I think.
It's something commission. Anyways, we'll find it out from Teresa. But there is a grant that Teresa applied for Scioto County to hopefully get a grant to be able to help financially support these portable ramps. And she got in, go ahead.
And the other people, they're going to pay for part of the grant.
Yeah, like what, 15,000? There was another group that's gonna put up like $15,000 to support it as well. So you know, I think it just goes to show that a little bit of effort and going out and talking about, hey, we have an issue in our community. You know, we want to make some change. People are willing to help. So that's very exciting. And there was something else I was going to say to that. Can't remember what it was. But anyway, I think that you guys, Scioto County, should hear back within 2 weeks if they are going to get approved to at least fill out an application for the grant. It's a whole big process and time consuming, but hopefully it all works out. So
yes, we're very excited. Last week we went to different places. Well, we just took a ride through town and saw some places that need grants.
Okay,
and we made a list and we told Teresa about that. And so that's what we've been doing, is going through, like, just taking a ride around town and seeing the places that need grants.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, you know, Sherry, it's getting nicer out. So maybe even one of these nice days, you and Bill can get out and go around, you know, that downtown part of Portsmouth and actually try to go into some stores, you know, and see if they're accessible.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Has anybody else had any talk to your Chamber of Commerce about this issue?
So I wasn't on at last month's meeting. Sorry.
What was the Appalachian?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Amanda.
But I did watch the YouTube. I'm so glad that's there.
Yeah, awesome.
To be able to watch the meetings. And I went over and talked to our Career and Technical Center. I'm good friends with the principal. Okay. And I was just telling her about that. I took her the article, you know, told her that there's hopefully some grant money out there that maybe we could even apply for. And she wants to pair up and have the students build the ramps.
Very cool.
Yeah,
that is a great idea.
Kind of on the back burner. I haven't talked to our chamber yet.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean, it's kind of in the works. I've put some feelers out just to see if there was, you know, any interest from the school to, and even if we had, like I told her, I said, if we got the ramps built and there was some extra money left, if we were allowed to like make a donation to that department of the school.
Yeah, that is really cool. I never even thought about that, but yeah, they have welding classes, and that would be something really awesome for those students to be able to work on.
Yeah, so
very cool.
If you hear any more information about or the website or the link or whatever that she went to, yeah, will you just send that to me?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll ask Teresa to send that to us.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right, Sherry, you want to go on with the agenda, see if there's any other issues?
The new business. Okay.
Sorry, Sherry, do you want to see if there's any other issues on individual or policy level issues that anybody's experienced?
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
Remember, in the Working for Change section, we always want to ask the group, has anybody experienced anything this past month that, at work, in the community, at home, that has been an issue for themselves or the law? Anybody had any issues out there?
Is anyone having issues at home, work, or just outside?
We so-called, we do a lot of MUI investigations, and there was a little, I'm not really involved in those, but I do kind of see some things that go on, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I thought I'd throw this out there to you guys. Do any of you have staff that come into your home and you have concerns about them being under the influence? Have any of you ever experienced that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Before me and Bill got married, I had a staff came into my home. It was one of my overnight staff.
Okay.
And he was drunk.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, I had two staff, but he was drunk. Before, he would hardly come into my room. Well, that night, he kept coming in my room, seeing if I was all right. I mean, he would hardly talk to me before. And I got worried. I called my supervisor. Or no, one of the other staff called the supervisor and told him about this guy. And so the supervisor called me and asked me what was going on. And so they made him leave. And another girl came and helped. But yeah, that
wow.
I'm not scared of drunks, really. But that night, I can't get out and get away.
Right.
I was in bed. I could not get up. I could go outside, get away from him, because he was in my home, and that scared me.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing that, Sherry.
Huh?
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that is exactly basically what I'm talking about. And what is wrong is that the rule, the Ohio Administrative Code does not, the only time an agency provider has to drug screen a staff is when there's a car accident and the provider is cited for that car accident or someone's injured. So Sherry, in your situation, that unless it's the policy of the agency to drug screen, they don't have to if they don't want. And that to me is like a huge red flag. And something that I think our group, if that's something we feel is important, I think that's something our group could work on.
Yeah.
I agree.
What?
I agree.
Yeah, Bill agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you know, I think it's your safety that's compromised when there's a staff person that could be under the influence of drugs or alcohol, and it's not an agency's.
I mean, I'm the kind of person, I don't care if they drink, but when you're taking care of me and I can't do nothing about it, that's what scares me.
Exactly. Yep. And there's a lot of people in that situation, Sherry. So
Yeah.
So let's kind of start putting that on our agenda here, and we'll kind of work on maybe how we can move forward with talking to DODD or somebody about how we can make some change there. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Bill didn't know about that till a few weeks later because I was scared to tell him.
Probably a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. All right. Any other issues before we go on? Okay. All right, Sherry, go ahead and go to new business.
Okay, new business. Transition programs for high school students. Open discussions. How can our group move forward helping the transition programs?
So we had a great presentation last month about what high school students and transition programs learn about advocacy, and it was kind of told to us that they need our help by just being there as support for questions. If a high school student has questions, or a transition program coordinator needs something from us, so they kind of suggested maybe just having a contact list of advocates that they could call if they were in need. Is that something that you guys, thinking about it this past month, is that something that some of you would be interested in being a contact person for transition programs?
I'm sorry?
I think I would.
Bill said something.
Like
He's tapping something.
to do that.
Yeah, I think that would be nice of us. And we probably wouldn't get a lot of calls all the time.
I think it's a good opportunity for us to get out there as a group.
Yeah.
And I know, like Courtney and I have said in the past,
Email.
Pickaway County has also expressed interest in our group doing some presentations.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 counties
I
that
think I would like to do that. And they could email me.
Yeah, Bill, that's a great idea. So our advocacy group has an email address. So I think that's an awesome idea. Maybe, and Travis and I both have access to that email. And so if a question came in from a transition coordinator or a high school student, wouldn't even care if they emailed us if they had an issue, then maybe we could forward that email to the person, to one of our members who might be best at answering that specific question. We could kind of decide as a group, okay, Bill's going to take questions, related to these issues, or Sherry's going to take questions related to these issues. So we can kind of organize that, and then Travis and I could kind of watch that inbox for questions that come in, just so that like our phone numbers aren't out there for everybody. That's probably a good point. What do you guys think?
I have quite a bit of experience with going into the schools.
Okay.
And at a local level. So with my job as advocacy coordinator, and it kind of started before I took the job, but we have really good partnerships. So in Clinton County, we have 4 local high schools, and then we have a career school, Laurel Oaks. And so I actually, since I've started, I go into each classroom once a month and lead sessions on self-advocacy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, and then obviously we do self-advocacy, but, I'll take things because I do Clinton County Special Olympics and just all the community stuff we do. So we've got a lot of individuals in high school connected with their community and stuff.
That's awesome.
But one of the goals we've always had with our AIM advocacy group, our Clinton County group, is to get advocates into the school.
Goodness.
Just in the last few months, I've been able to take a couple advocates into the high school classes, and Christy is one of them. So she got to go to Wilmington High School and present.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're doing a kind of an awareness program on bullying and stuff. That's kind of what our advocates are doing in Clinton County. And so she took that information and talked to the high school class at Wilmington. So Christy, you want to share anything about that?
We went there and just told them what we're going to be doing. We're planning on making bracelets and putting like be kind, like different phrases, just to spread awareness about bullying.
Very cool.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually in the fall, hopefully, go to like some of their lunches and actually present to the whole school and just kind of have like a little station set up with bracelets and stuff like that. So some of our advocates mix with some of the high school classes and students and stuff like that. So
very cool. So that's kind of what Travis and Sherry and I talked about in our planning meeting was, I think that we were thinking that our group, our regional group, could do exactly that, Josh and Christy, is like have a training platform where we could present, in our counties, going into high schools and just doing training on advocacy and doing exactly that. So did you guys create your own trainings? Or did
so we used a lot of the Green Mountain. We use a lot of that information from the Green Mountain group, advocacy group.
Okay.
But then, yeah, we've kind of just created our own stuff. But actually, our employment first coordinator, Shannon, and then our boss, we're going to actually, because we kind of want to take it to the next level, we want to create a curriculum. So, talk about stuff with employment and attending their IEP meetings and just, things that really apply to why they're in high school and once they graduate.
Awesome. Yeah, that's kind of like what we pulled out of last month's meeting was that a lot of students in high school do not participate in their IEP meetings. It's the teacher, the parents making all the decisions for them. And that's kind of where we were in the DD world with ISP planning, 10, 15 years ago before the person-centered planning really, rolled out. So that's, I think, a big issue. And so if our group can help in any way.
Oh, sure. And I told Craig about that because I know Craig Walker is with People First has been really interested in that too. And so he's thinking there may be some grant money to actually pay some advocates starting in the fall to go around the state and go into high schools and stuff like that.
Oh, cool. yeah, maybe I'll reach out to Craig.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we had another advocate. His name's Noah, and I think he came to an in-person meeting, but he's not really connected on Zoom. But he has his driver's license, and he's been employed at Kroger and stuff. So he's gone into the high school classes to just talk about different topics like that as well. So
Awesome. Anybody else have any comments or ways that you feel we could help out as a group?
I just think it's a great opportunity for us to be able to do that. Provide that extra support for people in the community. Different communities.
yeah, kind of how we set it up too is really just reaching out to the special ed directors. That's kind of how it started, and then now it's basically we just kind of work with the MH multiple handicap classroom teachers. And,
Okay.
so those are the classrooms that we go into. But obviously, most high schools, there's several kids with IEPs that may not be in the MH classroom. So there's a lot of kids that we don't get to reach. But the ones that we do, it's good
Yeah.
too.
And that's, that's where I think it's kind of hard for our regional group to get really specific and to work together to go into individual counties, just because we are all over the place. So, my just kind of talking out loud, my initial thoughts would be for like each county that are represented at these meetings, learn how to provide the trainings that we create, or they're shared with us, and they say Bill and Sherry would go into Scioto County schools and teach this. Lawrence County, we have our, Adams County, we have representatives in each county that would learn how to present these trainings and then go into their county schools. So I don't know, think about it. We have a couple months before school gets back in session. And I know that, each of our, Amanda, Teresa, Josh, Nate, everybody kind of is involved with our transition programs. So we've got good connections, already with our members here in this group. So just keep thinking about it. Okay.
I think that we should invite the transition students to our meeting to see what it was like. What are our issues?
Yeah.
Would that be an issue though, since we have it on a weekday and it's during school?
Well, it may not be for the summer, but yeah, you're right. Once they're in school, because we would have Zoom meetings and we would try to connect like our classrooms or their classrooms and stuff, but it was very, very hit and miss.
Okay. That's a good point. But Bill, that's a good point. I mean, maybe we, every other month have an evening meeting that's just half hour, 45 minutes, and we open it up just for transition students to come in and talk to us.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Definitely a good idea, Bill.
Yeah, and then we could.
What?
I'm thinking those meetings
I think that we should invite the transition students to our meeting. It could be on Z. Zoom. If we have it will evening. It could be on Zoom if we have it in the evening.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that every other month we can have a different member of our group kind of present a training, you know, a short little training. We'll have some discussion topics, give them our contact email, contact information, and then just let them talk about any issues that they're having. I think that's an awesome idea. Okay, cool. Well, we'll keep planning that. All right, Sherry, you want to move forward?
Okay. The self-advocates versus advocate, and what is self-determination. The presentation by Co-Facilitators Corey Davis and Travis. Travis, I can't pronounce your last name.
It's Dressback.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a very simple presentation, but we thought that we would go through our training materials that we got from the riot, and we kind of discussed that if we want to start providing trainings for our region, that this is kind of the start of the slideshows. You know, we can always add to these. So we thought, you know, let's keep it simple and get your guys' thoughts on the presentation and have discussion, and then we can build from this. So we're going to talk about being a self-advocate versus being an advocate, and what does it mean? So self-advocate, this is coming straight from the training materials that we bought. So, and we hear this all the time, and I think that if we asked our big group of 45 people in person, what is a self-advocate? I think this is ingrained in everybody's head. A person who speaks up for himself or herself. And then someone who speaks up and lets others know what he or she thinks. So Travis, I'll let you go on.
Okay. So a little bit of discussion, guys. Give us examples of how you've been a self-advocate in your own life. For those of you who are advocates in here. Have you ever felt like you could not express your feelings or what you think about something?
So tell us, would anybody like to share, you know, about a time in your life that you had to advocate for yourself? Any time that you had to speak up for something that you wanted, or something that wasn't right?
As an advocate myself, I speak up for myself daily. Especially sometimes with my parents, they still think I'm 12.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I go to buy something on my own, it's like, you know, why did you need that? Or why did you want that? But it's like, I always say it didn't come out of your pocket, you know, so why does it really matter?
Absolutely.
So that's a big thing in my family, is me trying to get them to realize that I'm not 12 anymore.
Yeah.
We bought the kids maybe.
What?
We. F. O. U. G. What? To get. Married. We fought to get married.
Yeah.
You fought to get married? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That was a long fight, and finally it happened.
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, long time. Anybody else? Christy, is there any time that you've had?
At where I go to, I have to speak up about if I want to do stuff like art.
Yeah. So just basically what you want to do throughout your day. You
Yeah.
always have to speak up. Yeah. Good. So Travis, I'll let you go on.
Have you ever felt like you could not express your feelings or what you think about something? Yes. In my own opinion, yes, I have.
Many times.
Yeah. I
Many
think
times.
this happens, you know, being a self-advocate or an advocate does not mean you have to have developmental disabilities. Every single person, you know, in this world needs to be a self-advocate and an advocate. And I think that there's always times, whether it's at home, at work, in our community, that we feel like we cannot express our feelings. So this is really, I think this is really hard for, you know, especially a high school student who, you know, is transitioning to new programs. You know, they don't feel like, and they're sitting in a room with, you know, other professional, you know, older people, professional people, and they get scared to express their feelings or tell people what they want or how they think. So I think this is really hard.
Yeah, I personally, even at the age of 28, still have issues with that.
Yeah. And why do you think that is, Allison?
Well, a lot of it is like, you know, you learn how to function, and then a lot of times you have experiences that cause you, that could cause, you know, someone like me, for example, to be afraid to give out too much information because you don't know how it's going to be used against you, or if you're going to get made fun of and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Allison. Do you guys feel, and I think that's a good point, Allison, like, do you feel heard when you speak up? So are like in an ISP meeting, when you are speaking up, do you feel like people are actually listening?
Not really. And there's actually times where, like recently, a recent example is I had a meeting with an SSA to talk about a provider who was, I guess, questionable. And at first she was like, "Oh, give her another chance." And I'm like, "Hey, keep an open mind and listen to what I have to say." And then as I was listing all the stuff about this provider, it actually caused her to change her mind. And she actually, and then there's now 2 providers wanting to be interviewed and trying to get something like that set up. You know, of course, it's going to be a little interesting now because I got a car, so like the transportation shouldn't be too much of an issue, unless for some reason I'm not supposed to drive, or if it's nighttime driving, which I'm not comfortable with at all. And I'm having to relearn how to drive, but because it's been so long. But yeah, like, and then, you know, my boyfriend, and this one guy I know, I feel like I'm telling him the same thing over and over again, but he's not listening. Or I try to tell my dad something, he's not listening. You know, and it's like I'm 28, but sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm being looked at as though I'm maybe, you know, a teen rather than 28.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's a good point for us to think about as a group, is how do we help others, you know, learn to do that? And how do we teach people to listen to us? You know, how do we teach people to actually hear us when we're talking? Good point.
Yeah, well, a lot of people actually don't want to listen. They have to choose whether or not they actually listen to you. And maybe like how maybe talk about like how to tell if somebody's not listening to you.
Yeah.
Are we ready to move forward, Courtney? She's trying to talk still, but
Yeah, I think Allison, I think you're breaking up a little bit.
so, let's move on, I guess. What are some ways that you guys think that people communicate to speak up for themselves? Not everybody speak up at once.
I would say that people
Okay.
can use. Oh, go ahead.
So we use our voice, right? That's the biggest thing. We use our voice to
Yes.
speak up for ourselves. But what if somebody
Yeah.
doesn't have a voice? What are ways that people can communicate for themselves?
Sound words.
There's communicator,
Yeah.
write letters,
Yeah.
No better.
email.
Courtney,
Email.
did we have bullet points for those?
No, so I'm writing them down.
And
Okay.
W. Newspaper.
Newspaper. Yeah.
Newspaper man.
So
Isn't there text?
Text. Yep.
For individuals who are nonverbal and cannot use their voice to speak up for themselves, they could possibly use their facial expression, their body language.
Exactly.
Yes.
That might indicate their interests, what they
Yeah.
want, what they like.
I love
They
it.
They
can
could
use
draw
that as
pictures.
information.
When in my project share class, I had a couple of students that could communicate. I told them draw pictures.
Draw
Let me
pictures,
know what
yeah.
you want. Let me know what you don't want.
I love
And
it.
they help me and them.
I love it. Yeah. So there, a lot of people think, and especially like providers and people that are helping individuals with disabilities think, oh, this person can't talk, I have to do everything for them. Well,
Right.
that's not true. And that's what we need to teach, not only advocates, but the people working with advocates, that there are other ways to allow people to communicate, even if they don't have a voice.
Has
Good.
sign language been said, Courtney?
No, but yeah, sign language.
I think you have to be really good at sign language.
For sure. But like I'm in this tech ambassador program right now, and I am learning so many different technologies that are out there to help people communicate as well. We know Bill's communication board. We've all seen that, and that is an amazing technology. But there are things out there that allow, people's eyes to,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
what's it like to work basically to communicate with their eyes, to
Absolutely.
work with a computer and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff out there. So I'll put technology on there.
I've done that before. I work with several individuals and they're not verbal, but looking at their eyes help a lot. And it's like you can almost communicate with them through their eyes.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't, it's hard to explain, but you got to really look at their eyes. If you know the person well enough, and you can know if this person's happy or what this person, but I mean, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
For sure.
I've had quite a few people that I know, Courtney, that have written books just by speaking into a device that types it onto their computer for them.
Oh, really cool. Yeah.
And I'm not talking about short books either. I'm talking about 300-400 pages.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. So that was self-advocate. So that's speaking up for yourself. So an advocate is someone who listens carefully and speaks up for others. Someone who listens carefully and helps others to speak up for themselves.
All right, a little bit of this discussion, guys. Who is qualified to be an advocate? Who do you guys think is qualified to be advocates?
It's a trick question. Who is
That
qualified?
is
Who is
a
qualified?
good question. That is a good question.
Did I play the Jeopardy song to push to get the answer?
Anyone.
Anyone,
Yeah.
yes. Absolutely anyone is qualified to be an advocate.
Yeah.
Good.
Tell us ways that you have advocated for others. What's ways that you've helped somebody else get their thoughts or minds or whatever they're thinking out?
Person. Anyone who cares about a person.
Absolutely.
And that's true, Bill. Like, to be an advocate, you gotta have certain qualities, you know, and caring's definitely one of them. Okay, so
Being kind
yeah, being kind.
and listening.
Yep. Listening, being kind.
I would say we can like continue train other people, you know, about what is self advocacy and how to advocate, you know, and just continue with the training and teach other people what this is all about. And it's all about raising awareness, you know, for people with disability, and communicate with other people, you know, keep them involved in their community and let them know what this is all about.
Yeah. Good. And you guys are all, we have all advocated for someone else in our lives, but can you think of any specific examples where you have advocated for someone else, whether it be someone in your house or someone at a workshop or at work?
I have a quick story. I'm not sure if you guys all remember a few years ago when we used to have our meetings at the Ross County Service Center. And for those of us who are males and tried to go in to use that bathroom, it was horrible. So I indirectly advocated for others by saying that they needed to remodel that bathroom.
Yes.
And from start to finish, that project was done within about a month, which I thought was
yeah, that's awesome.
And it was just a matter of removing a couple walls and a toilet, you know. So
yeah, that's a perfect example for advocating for others, because not only you thought, oh my gosh, this is a problem for me, it has to be a problem for everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah, so good example. Bill, did you have something?
And also working on the ramps.
Yeah. Huge way that you guys are advocating for others. Yeah.
Project. And also working on the ramps project.
Yeah. Absolutely. Great. You know, those are both changes in your community that you're making by advocating for others. So that's good. Any examples of where you have advocated for someone at like one of the day hab facilities, or where someone couldn't speak and you were, you know, actually speaking up for them for any reason?
Remember. Helping. Someone. That was having T R A N S. Transport. Transportation. I N S. Issue. We went down to there. O F F office and got it. S T R straight straighten out. I remember helping someone that was having transportation issue. We went down to their office and got it straightened out.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. You know, they may not even know that it was an issue until you guys went down there and talked to them about it. That's awesome. Okay. Travis.
Oh,
Go on.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
What do you feel is the most important thing to remember when advocating for others?
That you're helping them.
Sorry, what was that, Sherry?
That you're helping them.
Yeah, you're helping them. Yes. It's good. Anything else?
I think one of the biggest thing is to let them speak up for themselves as much as possible and only step in when needed, when you see that they're having trouble expressing their feelings or getting their point across.
Yeah, so listen carefully. So before we want to advocate for someone else, we want to listen to them, right?
See them as a person.
Sorry, Nate.
See them as a person.
Yeah.
Not their
See them as a
disability.
person. Yeah. See them as a person. Christy, were you going to say something?
I was just agreeing.
Yeah. Good. And the training that we're pulling this from also said, ask for permission before you speak up for someone. So good example, Bill and Sherry, did you ask the person if they wanted help before you went down to the transportation office?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. So we wouldn't, think about if it were you, if someone were trying to help you, how would you want to be treated? So yes, before, if we couldn't speak up for ourselves, we would want to be asked permission before having someone else help us. Would you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, great. So advocates only help people speak up for themselves when they need it. And I think that's back to Travis's point, is that we would want someone to speak for themselves as much as possible. And we as an advocate would only want to help when they need it.
Absolutely. Prime example, you know, I'm pretty independent myself, and when people help me, like opening doors or whatever, that's fine. But I usually like to have somebody ask first.
Yeah.
Then I can do it myself. Especially when they see me grabbing for the door and then they kind of just go ahead and open up the rest of the way themselves.
And people are probably just trying to be extremely nice and helpful, but at the same time, it's like taking away your independence.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I never really kind of thought about that until you just said that. But yeah, I mean, I think about when I have the baby stroller, I'm just so thankful someone's opened the door for me. But yeah, that's not the same as someone in a wheelchair. You know, someone in a wheelchair can do it themselves. So yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, there's another thing about being advocate or helping someone. Don't go and start pushing a person's wheelchair without asking them.
Absolutely.
I've seen that many times.
Yeah.
People pushing someone's wheelchair, and they don't need it, or they don't want them. I've seen people get mad because they come up behind them and push the wheelchair, and they don't want to be pushed.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think that's somewhere where, like, if we're at a day hab facility and we're seeing providers just go up behind and start pushing wheelchairs, that's something where we can, you know, ask the person, hey, do you like that? Do you mind that person doing that? And, you know, listen to the person. And maybe that's an area where, you know, we could start speaking up for people, because yeah, that's definitely taken away independence.
You know, I've also been to like summer camps where people would like feel that they can use my chair as like a leg rest, or they stretch their legs out and put their legs up in my wheels like an ottoman, you know,
right.
Or they're putting their arms on my chair as a armrest, you know, and it's like, really?
Would you do that to someone, you know, without a chair? No, we wouldn't.
I've even gotten attitude from people trying to help me open doors when I tell them I can do it myself.
Yeah.
And they give me attitude for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure. Okay. Great
You
point.
need a sign, Travis, that says, I'm not rude, I'm just independent.
There you go. Can you make me one of those?
Or have a shirt that says it.
Yeah. I like it. I'm not being rude. I'm just want to be independent.
Yep.
Don't trademark that. I have to use that by the end of the week.
What's that?
Don't trademark that yet. I'm gonna go get one made by the end of the weekend.
I have everything to make one. I'll get it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, great.
Okay.
So, oh, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah. So, if we should make one and sell it.
I know. I agree.
That's my side business. I do t-shirts and hats and license plates and vinyl, you know.
Yeah.
So I can do it.
Yeah, let's think about it. We could probably do something. Okay, great. Okay, so then originally we were just going to talk about advocate and self-advocate, but we're kind of got behind a little bit on our schedule. So we're lumping in self-determination with this presentation as well. And before I bring up the definition of self-determination, when you hear this word, do you know what it means? Do you know the definition?
If it makes it easier for you guys, what does it mean to be determined? You know, what does it mean to?
I think it's spelled out wrong.
Yep, we did. We added one I. And
yep, sorry. There's not supposed to be an I there.
And I didn't catch that, Courtney. Really?
Well, it's all caps, and it looks different in all caps.
Yep.
I say.
So Dan's online. He's wanting to make a comment.
Hey, Dan.
I'm doing.
Good. How are you?
Good.
And so self-determined, that's kind of what Travis and I thought. We'd hear some crickets because this is a word that we hear all the time, but do we really know what it means? And so when you see the definition, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's what it means. But it is a person that is the boss of his or her own life. It's a person that makes his or her own decisions and plans for the future. It is a person that takes responsibility for the choices he or she makes. So that is what being self-determined means. So Travis?
A little bit of discussion. Tell us ways that you have been the boss of your own life.
He's unmuted now.
One,
By buying what I want without having to ask permission to buy it.
Yeah.
You get up every morning and you put the clothes on that you want to put on and wear for the day. There's not somebody telling you, you have to wear this red shirt with these black pants. If you want to wear mismatched socks, you wear them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably okay.
Yeah. If you want to wear a dress shirt with sweatpants on Zoom, do it.
I've never done that.
me too.
Yeah. Dan, my gosh, you've been a boss of your own life. You've started your own company.
Yeah.
What are other ways that you guys have been a boss of your own life? I get to choose what I eat.
Deciding where I want to go, when I want to go.
Yep.
And even free choice of provider. You choose who you want your providers to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Choose what you want to do,
Yep.
where you want to go.
No, I would do your home.
No, disagree.
Move out.
Moved out of his home.
Yeah, right. Yeah, where you live. Absolutely.
You choose your job.
Yep, choose your job. Very good. So really, I mean, you can see every decision that we make in our daily routine is being the boss of our own life. We don't want anybody else telling us how to live our life. So we have a lot of these people. Oh, go ahead, Travis. We have a lot of these people.
We'll go on to the next little blurb.
Yep.
So with discussions we have had so far, who in your life tries to make decisions for you that you don't want to have make those decisions? Mine would be my parents.
Mine would be my parents.
It happens all the time.
Who else tries to make decisions for you?
My mom.
Yeah, your mom. Definitely our providers, like our staff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about our SSAs?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of saying.
Yep. Okay. Who else?
Friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Friends, family members.
Yeah.
Moved out.
What was that, Dan?
Moved out. Move out.
Move out. Yeah, absolutely. That would be being the boss of your own life.
Yeah.
And what about like doctors or professionals like that? Do they ever try to make decisions for us, like without listening, or have any of you guys experienced that, or no, not really?
I have doctors that try to find something wrong with me every time I go to an appointment. Really,
Oh,
they will try to find something wrong with me.
That's to make money.
Huh?
That's to make money.
I know, right?
I love it.
And it's not happening.
Yeah, too funny. Okay, good. Next bullet point.
What decisions do they try to make for you? I think we've kind of already covered that a little bit.
Yeah.
What we wear, what we eat, what we do on a daily basis, where we go.
Yeah, how we live. Yep, absolutely.
Do you feel like you have control of your own life?
Trying to be.
try to be. Yeah.
That ain't me. That me.
I would see. I still live with my parents, but I feel that I would have more control of my own life if I lived on my own. But the biggest part with me and my parents is trying to get them to engage in that conversation. It's like every time I feel like I want to be on my own, be independent, I always tell them, you're not getting any younger. What's going to happen with me when you guys are gone?
Right.
If you want me to keep the place you're living in and use it as my own dwelling, the mortgage needs to be paid because I can't afford the mortgage plus our HOA fee.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Because I've been saving money. I've even thought about buying my own plot of land or something and just building a house for myself.
Yeah. Travis, and I think that's like if you do not feel in control of your own life, you got to talk to somebody about it. You got to communicate. If there's an area where, someone's trying to control your life, maybe they do not realize they're doing it. Maybe they feel like they're helping you. And you just have to speak up and say, hey, I don't feel good right now.
It's especially tough when parents get into arguments too. You know what I mean? Because you feel like the third wheel. Like you can't.
Yeah.
It's their problem. You can't step in and say something that you know you're wrong to.
Right.
You just move out.
Would you say just move out?
No.
You can. Move. Out. I know. That. You can. You can move out. I know that you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it too much, but it's just some of the issues I'm dealing with.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is too, I've heard of so somebody wanting to move out of their home, but then the county board is trying to get them to live with somebody. And then they, maybe that person doesn't want to live with somebody. So, one, you might want to try to do something, but then it might, kind of.
Yeah.
It's one of those catch-22s also where it's like, I don't want to be on assistance, but I don't have to be. I'm not eligible for Medicaid at the time, as of right now.
Right.
But I also don't want to be, eligible for Medicaid, but then having somebody tell me what I can and can't spend my money on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Carry on first.
And it's also, the finding providers without Medicaid or not, being able to get them paid without being on Medicaid or any funded like that.
Right.
It's just it's a big ball of wax that needs to be dealt with at some point.
For sure. Okay, good. Do you want to go on to the next point?
Yep. Do you receive services or supports to help you be self-determined?
So some of us do. Yeah. So some of us do need help in some areas of our life. So what are some of those services or supports that we use? Transportation. Some of us, do any of you have HPC providers that come in and help you with your home task, or, help you meal prep or certain things that you're unable to do for yourself? Do any of you have, people that help you at work? A job coach?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Examples we have. Travis, I'll let you read through these.
Okay. Examples are getting in or out of the shower, getting dressed, or getting around the house. Cooking meals or eating. Keeping the house clean and safe. Getting to work and keeping a job. and keeping track of money and buying things at stores.
All right. So that is our advocacy versus self-advocate, or advocate versus self-advocate presentation with self-determination. So again, just kind of keep in the back of your mind that these presentations, I think that we had great conversation today throughout this presentation, even though it was this very simple. But just think about, this could be the start of the presentations that we give to transition programs or high school students that maybe we offer meetings in the future for them. Okay. Any comments, questions, concerns?
That's a good presentation, Courtney and Travis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Travis.
Good job, you guys.
Thank you,
Travis.
guys. Okay. Sherry, well, you can go ahead and go to upcoming events and then we'll adjourn.
People's First, I have monthly chat. It's every first Friday of each month at 10 a.m. And they got the website. And on the Virtual Tech Summit, which is in July 22nd to 23rd from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Free to register at another website.
Good. Are there any other upcoming events that anybody has on their calendar you'd like to share with us?
No.
Okay. If you guys ever do have an event, don't hesitate to throw it out and reply all to our advocacy group. You know, with this the virtual world we're in, it's pretty easy to jump on calls.
Sorry.
Are you muted?
No.
Nope, we can hear him.
Say. What them dates to be?
Sorry, what was that, Dan?
Date to be. My day to what? I don't do what?
Yeah, do you have an event to share?
Do you have an event to share, Dan?
No.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so we have People First is every first Friday. Every first Friday at 10 a.m. and that is via Zoom. And so Dan, if you, Lisa, I think I send you the, or Dan, you might be on the email too, but if you have our agenda, the link to People First is on there. It's their website and you can go on their website and all the Zoom details for the meeting are on there.
Okay, I will look there.
Yep. And then the Virtual Tech Summit is also, if you Google it, it's registration's right on their website. Okay, awesome. And then Sherry, I'll let you adjourn.
I would like to adjourn the meeting. Who motioned to adjourn?
Dan? Dan motion?
Bill does.
Okay, we had Dan as well, so we'll have Bill second. Is that good?
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys, well, it's 12:24. I hope you guys enjoy the weather this week, and we will see you next month.
It's supposed to be 90 degrees Saturday.
Of course, that's Ohio for you. You know, go from 40 to 90.
That's awesome. I will take it.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Have an awesome day.
Bye, guys.
Thanks as always.
You all.
See you
Bye-bye.
Too. Bye.
Bye-bye.